All right, I'm gonna give Dare some good ASMR of me eating the rest of this fucking biscuit.
Okay. Did you get fries or just biscuits?
I got fries, but the fries were already gone before I started eating the tender. I do this really autistic thing where no matter what I eat, I have an order of the way that I eat. I eat the biscuit. I eat the biscuit. I eat anything else, and then I drink my biscuit.
I don't do that, but I completely get it. I completely understand.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to the first issue of the Open House Computer Entertainer. In this month's edition, we'll be discussing everything that's happened in the Homestuck space since our first recording in July 2025. From the pilot to SEEDFLAP, Jester Quest to FRAF, this is your occasional Homestuck news update. I'm Tempest2K, she, her.
And I'm Melanie D. Archer, he, she.
And we got a lot of things to talk about.
That we do.
Originally, we recorded something like this back in January. Yeah. But some stuff happened, and also we kept saying in that episode, we were so certain it was going to be the February one. Circumstances did not align. I don't know why I thought they would.
They did not. They really did not.
They really did not.
But now we have our first episode out.
Yeah, we have our first episode out, and that feels so nice. It's going to make every episode we record from here on out just feel so much smoother. We recorded episode 2 before episode 1 was out. And you're probably, if you listen to that after this, you're probably going to feel it. We're still a little nervous, still not totally sure what we're doing.
Yeah.
And you might hear it at episode 3, which we haven't recorded.
We're definitely honing in on how to do this correctly.
Yeah, we're getting there. And to everyone who listened to episode 1, thank you so much. I try not to be the kind of person that focuses on metrics, but seeing that number be more than like 2 is just it's absolutely made my month. It's been so delightful. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about. First order of business. I think there was something in August that happened that was pretty big. The Homestuck pilot.
Yes.
Homestuck animated pilot with Spindle Horse, my bad. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah. So like you said, it was done by Spindleroo, which is I believe the new Australian branch of Spindle Horse, the Hiveswap studio.
I thought it was the other way around.
No, it's Spindle Horse is the main one. Spindleroo is the Australian branch that is heading the Homestuck, like that Homestuck pilot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I'm sorry.
But yeah, basically, that got released on, what was the exact date of it? It was in August.
It was September. It was announced in August, and then it was September, 23rd, I want to say, off the top of my head.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, it came out, fairly mixed reviews from most people online, but I think, for the most part, it was very positive. I think, there was...
A lot of people seem to fuck with it.
Yeah, I think the main consensus was, there was things here and there that people had nitpicks with, but overall, people really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that personally, my friends and I, we decided to just go ahead and watch everything that Spindle Horse had put out up until that point, which I believe is just Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss.
Yeah,
I might be
pretty
wrong.
much. As an official studio, yeah, because, Hiveswap herself put out a lot of stuff prior to that, but Spindle Horse as a company has only really put out Hazbin and Helva.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But actually watching it, watching all that stuff going into it, first of all, I got the reaction of, this is the shit that people get so mad about. This is what people fucking are so angry at.
Yeah, I don't understand why people are so angry about it, but,
like, it's fun. It's good and it's fun. I like Hell of a Boss way more, but like by the time we finished up with both shows, I think the general group consensus in our watch party was like, wow, Homestuck is in the right hands.
Yeah.
This kind of is the perfect studio to handle Homestuck animated. They really got it down.
Yeah, like if there was any studio like official studio that would do it, it would be them. I know there was definitely a lot of people who were like saying what anime studios they would want. Like I know a lot of people were like, "Yo, imagine Trigger animating Homestuck." Like,
you think fucking Kyoto Animation's gonna pick up Homestuck? You think fucking is that the Nichijou guys? Is that Kyoto pick?
I think,
or is that something else?
That might be different. Let me see here.
You know, let's just get A1 Pictures. Let's just make it fucking slop if you want your anime studio. Let's make Homestuck the slideshow.
Yeah, Kyoto is Kyoto's Nichijou.
A1's not that bad. But no, it was never gonna be a fucking anime studio. Homestuck doesn't have that kind of money.
Yeah, as much as like it would be cool.
It might be interesting, but I also think that like I don't know. I think that a Western studio is the only studio that can really like. Homestuck is very developed in like Western internet culture.
Yeah.
And like that has Japanese internet influence all over it, but like there is something about being able to like understand where these different tropes are coming from in Homestuck that I think Spindle Roo really got when they were adapting that first part.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it would have been fucking impossible, but I don't know. It shows. It shows that they got the right people, and it's good. They got fucking Toby Fox.
Yeah.
Voicing John Egbert. Toby Fox reprising his role from the legendary rock opera, The Baby Is You. And I'll just say he absolutely nailed it.
Oh, yeah. Killed it, honestly.
Killed it. Perfect in the role. I can't really imagine anyone else, being honest.
Genuinely, yeah.
And I don't remember. Oh, wait. I know that, I can't remember the names of the other, actors, but I know their other roles. I know Marco from Star Versus was Dave, which had some backlash. And I know that, Tails from Sonic.
Yeah, Tails Sonic was Jade.
Oh, I feel so bad I can't remember her name.
Oh god. Let's get the cast. Let's get the cast list here.
Let me look Homestuck IMDb. Homestuck TV series 2025. Ugh. That's fucked up. It also calls the webcomic a TV series on IMDb, which nope. Adam MacArthur.
Yeah, Adam MacArthur is Dave.
That's the name of the guy
who
fucking played Marco in Star Versus.
Jeremy Lee.
I didn't know that.
For Rose.
Mm-hmm. And Colleen O'Shaughnessy for Jade.
Yeah.
Also, Brandon J. Winkler voiced Carcat for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
They also got fucking Odie plays as the narrator.
Yeah, which is what a choice.
What a pull.
I heard that was a last second thing.
Yes, I remember I was talking with I talked with Vibri about it in HSO. Which we'll get to HSO later. But what I assume happened is they had Oni plays in there to voice a cameo for season 2 of Hell of a Boss. Or not, season 2 of Has-Been Hotel. And while he was there, they were also doing some kind of work for the Homestuck pilot. And they probably were just like, hey, so we don't have a narrator. Hussey, what do you think of this guy, Chris O'Neill? And Hussey had never heard of this guy before ever and was like, huh? Sure, I guess. And that's how Chris O'Neill ended up being the narrator.
That's insane.
What a bizarre series of
what
events.
a bizarre like series of like set of circumstances.
I'm pretty sure we know that in the full series they're definitely going to replace the narrator, and they're either going to replace Dave's actor or they'll change the direction of the character, because a lot of people did not like the direction of Dave's character.
Okay, so I know that a lot of people didn't like it because of just Dave's being a lot more nonchalant in the and monotone like in comic, but I think like because essentially what it seems like they're trying to do for me is they're trying to bring Homestuck to like sort of a new audience of like people who haven't really gotten into Homestuck before and are using this as like their way to consume Homestuck.
Mm-hmm.
And I think trying to keep the idea of Dave being irony poisoned is very different today than it was back then.
Yes,
and I think
I agree that like that is a way of modernizing the kind of character that Dave is. But I at the same time I also
Cutting in as the editor here to censor the host's speech. Adapting a work often requires cuts, and not only would the fandom's idea of a nonchalant Dave not work in a modern idea of what the cool kid TM looks like, it also would not work well in an animated medium. You look me in the eyes, dear listener and hosts, and tell me you want to watch a motherfucker deadpan for hours of runtime. You look me in the eye and tell me that would be interesting to watch in an animated medium. Making Dave more animated in a more animated format was the right choice. I will hear no disagreement. Heart emoji.
Homestuck is a period piece now that time has passed. There's a lot of things about it that just wouldn't work if you said it today.
Cosby Top, how we hate you.
Cosby Top is just one of those things.
Yep.
It's one of those things that could not have happened under any other circumstances.
I even think just like the myriad of like real people referenced and like used as like characters even today just couldn't work as well.
Yeah, like fucking like when we talk about Nick Cage today, we are not talking about Nick Cage like we did in 2009.
No, God no.
Didn't he do that movie where he fucked a pig?
I don't know about that.
I didn't see that movie, but I know there was a movie where he had a pig and he was very close to that pig.
When I think about modern day Nick Cage, I think about two movies specifically. I think about the Five Nights at Freddy's ripoff.
Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah, Willy's Wonderland, where he honestly did an amazing job with no fucking lines. He played a silent protagonist who was killing all the fucking it was killing all the animatronics.
He didn't have any lines in that movie?
He didn't have a single line in that movie. The entire movie, he just stayed silent.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. And then lastly, the second one that I think about is the movie with what's his face? Pedro Pascal, where Pedro Pascal plays his biggest fan and he's just playing himself.
Oh, I don't know the name of that movie.
I don't remember the name of the movie either.
For the listeners at home, that movie is called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
But basically it's just Nick Cage plays himself visiting his like number one fan who is played by Pedro Pascal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think we should move on to the other stuff.
Let's move on.
So FRAF. We gotta talk about FRAF now. FRAF is... Well, this is another one I can toss over to you because you're a fucking expert.
Yeah. So FRAF, Fruity Rumpus Asshole Factory, is a collective of Homestuck fan creators who are currently under the Furthest Ring Studios license, and they are given both a platform to advertise and have forums made for them, as well as using the website for a store page, as well as gaining access to stuff like advertising on the official social medias and things like that. It's just basically a collective of fan creators that are hand chosen to be basically uplifted in the community and
like give them more of a spotlight.
Yeah, get more of a spotlight. And they're also given permission to like do things like monetize and just basically help grow their projects even more than they already are.
I want to go ahead and I want to rapid fire through all the projects that were added to FRAF.
Yeah, because there's a lot of really good ones.
Yeah, I want to go through my best recollection of the first wave of projects and then go to everything that was added after.
Yeah.
If that sounds good to you?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so, okay. Autopraxis.
Yes.
Burning Down the House.
Correct.
Home Slice.
Yes.
Kitty Quest.
Correct.
Liminal Space.
Yes.
Loft Latch.
Uh-huh.
Spur BXE.
Uh-huh.
Spicy Yeti. Just everything Spicy Yeti's made relating to Homestuck.
Yes.
Vast Air.
Mm-hmm.
Wake Up. Those are all the adventures that were initially in there. Then there was Befriend Us, the Homestuck fan calendar.
Correct.
Project Sound Page.
Yeah.
Strife Project. Table Stuck.
Uh-huh.
Was Voft Dubs in there?
No, Voff joined on second batch. The other project that was there was Friendsim 2.
Friendsim 2, yes. Friendsim 2 was there. It was removed because it's a very boring reason. People, I've seen people get up in arms about it and say that it proves Homestuck is evil or some shit. But it's a very boring reason, which is Friendsim 2 is licensed in such a way that like it's all Creative Commons. Nothing about it can be monetized. And it was also made with such a huge staff of people that the thing in FRAF that says you can monetize your work, it conflicts with that. It doesn't really work.
Yeah.
So they removed it from FRAF and like, yeah, that's all it is. It's not a big secret. That's really the only
exactly
reason as far as I can tell.
They're messing with their licensing that they already had, and it just kind of was conflicting with that, so they had to do it. Also, like, there's some really big names on Friendsim too. I don't know if you know like some of the cast that's on that project. I know some of the people, but the people that are big to me might not be as big to you. I know Power 464646, Grace Medley. she did music for that. I've loved her work for like a decade now. Hell yeah.
But her stuff is always great. And I think Frosty Mac's on there. And I don't know off the top of my head who else, but Janaya is really a champ for just running that thing.
Yeah.
Running that thing like I forgot the expression. I wanted to say like a battleship, but that doesn't sound right. Running it efficiently.
Yeah. Cause, and like voice actor wise, pretty sure, that, Kira Buckland plays Trizza on that. And, Kira Buckland plays, people like 2B and Nier Automata,
Oh, I forgot that game had voice acting.
Yeah. She plays Jolene in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Which I think she's been wanting to do for like fucking 20 years now.
Yeah.
I don't know how long.
She plays Mitsuri in Demon Slayer. Like, big name voice actor. Autumn Ivy, who plays Karlak in Baldur's Gate 3, is Linera in that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Casey Mungillo. Is
Mangillo. Yeah.
Mangillo, is that how you pronounce it? I've never known how to pronounce it correctly.
I don't know. My girlfriend and I might have been saying it wrong this whole time.
Yeah, who plays Shinji and Chilchuck plays Tagiri in that. Like a lot of big names just like in here as well.
Yeah. I want to continue the lightning round. I want to go through the second round. Demon Vampires from Outer Space.
Yes.
Desynced.
Yeah.
John Ruins a Wedding. Lair Hold? Oh god, that's hard to read.
Yeah, Lair Hold.
layer hold. That is a difficult font.
It is an interesting font.
And Wake Up might have been second wave. Then there was also MSPFA, like the website itself.
Yeah.
That's on there now. VHS dubs, VOFT dubs, and Voxus.
Yeah.
All huge.
All the V dub channels.
Yeah. And I want to run through real quick. I want to at least we spent so long talking about a project that's not even on FRAF anymore. I want to at least I want to mention a couple picks in particular that I think are worth your time, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, go for it.
I want to specifically recommend Autopraxis. It's, oh god, I mean, it's what the title says, but that's hard to explain what that even means. It's going back in time and doing praxis to yourself.
Okay.
It's a very interesting work. It takes place on election day in 2016.
Ooh.
And it is very of its time. It is like very much a period piece in a really interesting way. It stars very explicit trans women as main characters.
Fuck yeah.
Which I hope is not something that I have to say is an exception going forward. But it kind of is. There's not even in the Homestuck fan space, I don't see a lot of that unless it's like people headcanoning existing characters.
I will say one of the ones that I was going to mention, Desynced. The main character of that, Kate, is also explicitly a trans girl in that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I also want to recommend Burning Down the House. I have not caught up with that, but I will always vouch for Tori from Homestuck, as she has been known recently. Her work is excellent. It's billed as an alternate ending to Homestuck, but I don't think that's really selling what it is. And I don't know if I can sell what it is. It's doing its own thing.
It's
in
really
some really cool ways.
A lot of really cool concepts.
Yeah. There's also the FRAF originals, which are made by the secret Homestuck shadow government. That definitely exists. There's Dave Over, which was originally something that you could only find by inputting a certain username on the forum section that we did not mention until now. There's a forum component of FRAF, which is a big aspect of it.
I sort of mentioned it in the explanation.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
my eyes might have been going in different directions for like 2 seconds. But it was something that you could only find through an Easter egg in by inputting a certain username. And it's like an alternate timeline where Equius survives Murderstuck somehow. And it's tragic doomed yaoi. I don't know how else to put it. You should read that if you haven't. And A Very Rosemary Thanksgiving, also very worth your time.
Very much. I very much. I
don't even know how to put
A Very Rosemary Thanksgiving.
Very Rosemary Thanksgiving is so fucking good. It's kind of like, I mean, it's kind of just if the Candy timeline kept happening without Vriska showing up.
Yeah, that's about it.
It's very fun. I'm looking forward to whenever that gets another update. But FRAF became a thing just barely after we recorded episode 1. And following that was the Homestuck pilot and also the official Homestuck Discord server, which now exists. There was not an official Homestuck Discord server until August of 2025. And it's a lovely place. I'm so glad a space like it exists. Just a very positive place to talk about Homestuck stuff, even if it gets it's a little overwhelming. That's just public servers.
Yeah, I do agree that, like, it's an amazing space to talk in, but oh my god, it's so overwhelming for me. I love how positive it is. Homestuck has needed a positive, like, a big main positive server for a very long time.
Yeah, for like a decade now.
Yeah, but, like, it just sometimes gets a little overwhelming, so I don't go in there often. But I'm glad whenever I do.
In either September or October, I believe it was September, the official Homestuck Discord server hosted a reread event of Homestuck because the entire website was rewritten and refreshed to be accessible again because Viz fucked up the site. I don't know if you are not aware for whatever reason. Back in, I want to say 2016, 2017, Viz Media had a deal to publish big hardcover Homestuck books for a while there. And this deal also included managing the website, which Homestuck.com did not exist. You might have read Homestuck when it was just MSPaintAdventures.com, but it's been Homestuck.com for some time now. But Homestuck.com kind of fell into disarray. They didn't really do anything when Flash went away. It felt like very inadequate measures to preserve the comic once Flash was gone.
Yeah.
And then last year it just stopped. The site just stopped working as a whole.
Yeah, because before it just like completely went down as a whole, the main thing that ended up happening, and the main thing that they ended up using to like fix, quote unquote, the absence of Flash was very low quality videos of all the Flashes and the games as well.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen that video that's like, it's like, this is what it feels like watching a Homestuck Flash on Homestuck.com from before the new one. And it was just like the lowest quality JPEG video with some fucking bullshit music over it. Yeah. Oh god, I wouldn't even know where to find that anymore. But I remember that went around a lot, and that was, yeah. But now, Homestuck.com is once again the best way to read Homestuck. And several other adventures on there. And now, the big thing with the reread event that happened in the official server is that the comic was doled out bit by bit at a time. They were building the train tracks while they were on the train, is how they were doing it. They weren't quite done with everything yet, but the stuff that was the hardest was a pretty decent ways away by the time they started doling out the comic. Also, every panel on Homestuck.com, at least in Homestuck itself, as far as I'm aware, all of them have alt text now, which was not previously the case.
I actually didn't know that. That's really nice.
All of it was written by hand. I don't remember by who. But part of the reread was there was an entire little community of new gens, people who had somehow never read Homestuck before, didn't know anything about it. Whether or not you want to believe they were telling the truth about that is up to your own discretion.
Yeah, like what? There's no fucking way.
Some of them I would like to believe, some of them I don't really. Like, you're fucking telling me you've never seen Carcad in your life? Fuck off. But a big part of this that happened is that people made their own fan designs for characters that they hadn't seen on screen yet. And that led to just, I don't know, to these fan kids that never would have existed without these new gens. And after the reread ended, a lot of those fans came together and made Spec Stuck out of those designs that they had made as a community and fallen in love with. Which it's just Homestuck, but with these fan designs. And I believe it goes in its own direction. I haven't read it myself, but I figured it was worth a mention here.
I've read a little bit of it so far, and so far it is pretty interesting. The little intro flash that they had sets up the comic really nice. Mm-hmm.
One of those classic Act 6 flashes that they do on page 1 that so many fanventures have done over the years.
Yeah. And yeah, they the little bit that they do have out right now where they're introducing the first character, I forget his name, it's the one that is supposed to be the Dave analog. That one, has a little bit of an intro now, which it's been pretty good so far.
Mike,
yes.
Mike Corncob.
Yup.
So yeah, Specstuck is real fun. With the official server and the website back in order, there is this new event that's been going on called SEEDFLAP, which I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really paid attention to. I asked my lovely girlfriend, who has been paying attention to all of it, to write a little list for us that has everything, that has all the important information. Most importantly, though, it is connected to Hiveswap Act 3, which got a demo sometime in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And I watched my girlfriend play it, and the dialogue is like, I don't know how to phrase this in a nice way. It's the first time Hiveswap, the point and click adventure games, have had writing. But that is not to disparage the previous two, because Hiveswap Act 3 is just going for something that the other two acts really weren't. They're going it feels like they're going in a kind of direction for their dialogue that the previous two just weren't even trying to reach for.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of whatever they're doing there.
I really need to finish playing Act 2, because I still haven't finished playing Act. I keep trying to start Act 2 and then stopping like early on, because like I don't know, my brain is just like will not let me get through it.
Well, I haven't really played Act 2. I've kind of played Act 2, but I haven't really played Act 2. We don't need to talk about whether or not I've played Act 2. I'm not on trial here.
That's part of Act 2, apparently.
Oh. Wait, I did know that. That was the part that I got stuck on the longest, because you couldn't just click through it. I guess now I have to mention, I did play Act 2. I got a Kickstarter key from someone who backed it and told me that he didn't want it anymore. And then I saw him streaming it on YouTube like an hour later. I was like, So he must have bought the game like right after he gave me the key. But a couple of years ago, I thought it would be really funny to do a blind speedrun of Hiveswap Act 2, so I did that.
A blind speedrun is crazy.
It was a bad idea. I really should give that game a proper shot. But it was a really funny idea to have. But SEEDFLAP. It's a big calendar of a bunch of stuff. Mostly clown lore for Hiveswap. It canonizes troll versions of celebrities, restaurants, and movies. There's also been drops for the official website, releasing Jailbreak and Bard Quest and Ryan Quest, one per week, which were not previously on the site at the same time as Homestuck, because the priority was getting Homestuck up and ready to read.
Yeah.
There were community tasks to watch certain movies or go to certain restaurants. I remember there was one that was like, it was like telling people to go to a specific restaurant depending on what country you're in. And if you're from the United States of America, your job is to cry and beg for forgiveness. Which I was a big fan of that. That was pretty good. Readers are able to email in stories and pictures and have them in the next week's recap post, which is fun.
Ooh.
There's a meats of the... Okay, I don't know what this means. This bullet point says meats of the week. The entire thing is a Lent bit, if that isn't clear. I haven't seen the meats of the week. I don't know what this is about.
I also
Personally,
don't know what that
meats
is.
of the week sounds kind of scary.
It really does.
And all of this is in character as a new Hiveswap character, giving a code name SEEDFLAP, who appears to be some kind of neat 4chan girl fail hacker.
Real.
She could speak to Hussey directly, but doesn't respect her. She is holding their fancy Santa baby captive. Yeah, Hussey bought a fancy Santa baby at a thrift store, and SEEDFLAP stole it and is holding it hostage.
Okay.
And that's all I know about SEEDFLAP. I don't know if I can get really in depth about this one. Jester Quest is now on Homestuck.com, and you may be thinking, what the fuck is Jester Quest? What is that bullshit? I don't know that. That wasn't on MSPA in 2012. And to that I say, can you slow the fuck down? Can you chill a little bit? Jester Quest is a new MSPA by Andrew Hussey, made in and focusing heavily around the official Homestuck Discord server. There were commands submitted by readers, and eventually there was an entire segment where readers would submit entire panels and text to go alongside them. It was a highly collaborative author-audience work. It kind of I don't know, it feels like a very natural extension of early Homestuck in that way.
Honestly.
Discord kind of is the perfect platform for something like Jester Quest.
Yeah, I think especially being as I know we have the forums on Fruity Rumpus, but even in today's internet, it is a lot more. I feel like people just don't understand forums anymore, and I think Discord is a pretty good replacement for what forums were back in the day.
Yeah, there's still people who are going to want to use forums no matter what. I know I tried to use the FRAF forums back when they first opened, but I never really stuck on them. I'm not a forums person. That's my character flaw. I'm rotten at the core as a person for that, and I will die for my sins. But I don't think everyone should have to die for not being able to know how to really stick to a forum. Sorry, that was really fucking dramatic for no reason. But the official Discord has been a really great space for stuff like this. There were they played Gartic Phone and stuff with fans. I played a couple of those. That was really fun.
Yeah.
There have been VCs where Hussey just plays chess with everyone, and if someone beats them, they get a special role. But no one ever fucking beats her. She's too goddamn cracked at chess.
Why do
you think all those chess guys were in Homestuck? You thought that was just a flavor? No.
Thinking about it, it would make sense that they're super good at chess.
Yeah, the chess pieces in Homestuck come from her warrior spirit.
What is Hussey's chess elo? Does anyone know?
I don't know. They use the Discord chess in the park to play.
Do they have an online chess rank?
Oh fuck! I wish. I should ask and see if they have a Lichess account or chess.com or something.
Someone ask Vibri and to ask Hussey. Just, hey, what's your chess?
Yeah.
What's your chess elo?
A key part of Jester Quest is that it's very related to how Bard Quest never finished.
Yeah, it's a sort of continuation on that.
It's a weird continuation that also has nothing to do with Bard Quest. It has everything and nothing to do with Bard Quest.
It's also very, very meta. I think this is the most meta you could ever make a work.
And in that same spirit, there's been Circus Break, which is newer. That's not on Homestuck.com yet. It will be when it's done.
Yeah, because that one is still currently in progress.
Yeah, but Act 1 of it is done. It's the same thing for Jailbreak. Well, not the same thing, but it's a similar thing for Jailbreak, and it involves clowns and wokeness and gender or lack thereof. It's very fun. It's very fun.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this and you've seen the Jade and Kanaya and the Calliope image that says canonically trans, if you've seen that going around and you've wondered what that's all about, that was woke propaganda generated for Circus Break, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
It was woke propaganda demanded by the Homestuck Shadow Council, which I love. I love Homestuck. I love the world that we're in. And lastly, the last thing I want to touch on related to the official Homestuck server, official Homestuck Discord, is the Homestuck Beyond Canon reread event. I don't know exactly what that entails, but there was an announcement made pretty recently, just the other day. It's going to start on March 30th. By the time you're listening to this, almost definitely it'll have started. But if you haven't read Homestuck Beyond Canon, now's the time to do that. Now is the best time.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna pass a lot of this over to you.
Yes.
We've got community events to talk about. We've got a lot of community events to talk about. You wanna go in order listed here? You wanna go in order chronologically, or
we can let's go chronologically.
Then in that case, we should probably start with the Requiem Homestuck cafes from a few years ago.
Yeah, so
which was before we recorded episode 1.
Oh, much before. Yeah, because there was 2 official Homestuck Requiem events that were 2023 and 2024. Those were both official 413 events held at the Requiem Cafe. There has since continued to be 413 events held at Requiem Cafe, but they are unofficial and put on by just the Requiem Cafe, as well as people like oh god, what's that one Dave cosplayer? What's his username? Something Guard. I don't know. It's something like that. And Michael Guy Bowman. But yeah, they put it on still every year, but the 2025 event was held at oh god, it was Honey and Butter, which was another California cafe. And this year they decided to finally go on the other side of the US, where it is in New York City this year. I actually don't know.
That's not a cafe event. That's like a convention. I don't actually know any more details about that, but it's a New York City. I mean, it's called NYC Stuck, and I believe it is a real life convention for Homestuck.
Oh, really?
So that's all I know. It's in Brooklyn, New York. It's where the Mario Brothers are from.
That is in fact where the Mario Brothers are from. To
mention another real life Homestuck event, Promstuck happened last year.
Yes.
Promstuck happened on my... Wait, was it on my birthday or right after my birthday? I think it was on the 3rd, which was my birthday.
Hell yeah.
And it was pretty close to around where I used to live. So I drove up there. But it was just lovely to see so many trans people in one room is how I have repeatedly said it. I've never seen that many transgender people in a single room, and it was lovely. It was beautiful. Changed my life.
I think you need to go to more cons, because I've seen plenty of that many transgender people in one room.
Well, listener, if you want to get me, Tempest 2K, to more conventions so I can see more transgender people, you should go to patreon.com/Tempest2K.
I thought you were about to ask people to like ask for you as a guest at conventions, and I was like,
oh no, wait, that's better. That's better. That's way better than begging for money. No, hang on. Do the thing Melanie said instead, actually. See if you have anyone who can book me as a guest. And also Melanie.
Yeah, open house podcast panel at your local con.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck we do it, but open house live, recorded live at a convention.
Yeah,
sure.
We talk about a fan adventure live at a con, and then we get questions from the audience about.
Oh yeah, who wrote this shit?
God, what an event that would be.
And I'd say, I don't know. I just found this comic on a napkin in the bathroom. I'm sorry. But yeah, Homestuck was amazing. It was so fun. A bit melancholy. SawCon had its last run this year.
Yeah.
Or last year, I should say.
That it did.
SawCon was a lovely event held by, I believe it was held by Janaya and Crow.
Yeah, it was originally founded by Crow, and then later on, Janaya joined as like a co-runner, and then in like the final year, I think Janaya was like mainly running it, while Crow was like more just overseeing.
Yeah, I didn't personally participate too much. I don't know why. It just never really caught my my interest in terms of how I communicate with fandom. But it was a lovely event. It was amazing that it lasted this long. I know that it was a monumental effort just to set up.
Yeah.
And manage. And just bravo to everyone involved. I know that it couldn't have been easy either to set up this final one or to let it go.
Genuinely.
This also means that the SawCon showcase is no longer a thing. I believe that was biannually. Big showcase of Homestuck projects. And we're seeing some people pick up the slack.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name any names because I don't know how confident I am in any particular one coming to fruition.
Fair.
But there are people trying to pick up the space left behind, and I think that's nice.
Yeah. I'm sort of okay. So the last event that we have here is Charity Stuck, which is a thing that that us at Voft and Project Soundpage put on for the first time last year, and are basically working to put on again this year. The way that I describe it is like, imagine if SawCon was like a single stream that,
Like a telethon?
yeah, like a single telethon stream that was raising money for charity. Cause that's basically what we did last year. We did a 15-hour long live stream, and we raised 1,500 for charity, for Lambda Legal. And this year we are doing 2 12-hour live streams on June 13th and 14th. We're trying to get as close to 6/12 as possible, but 6/12 is a Friday, and we wanted to do Saturday and Sunday. But yeah, we're having a lot of people present panels. We're gonna have a similar showcase type deal. This year, we're raising money for the Advocates for Trans Equality. They help provide a lot more trans education all throughout the country to those who are looking into it. And honestly, we just think that it's a pretty good thing, especially nowadays with the current state of the country. So, yeah. 2 days long. We're gonna have merch that all the proceeds go towards the donations, as well as a lot of fun events and things for people to take part in.
Hell yeah. I know that you mentioned, I think at one point you asked me if I had any ideas for a segment, and I got to think about that. I want to see if maybe I can think of something, but I can't promise that I'll have anything. So
yeah, because like if it's not even like a full event, we also have our 15-minute intermissions where we play a bunch of silly like pre-recorded videos and stuff like that ranges from just speed paints to like gameplay videos to sometimes just showing 2 pictures and asking someone which one is a burger.
And that covers just about everything on our list, except some Vast Air news happened recently. Some Vast Air stuff. I don't know if anyone listening has paid too much close attention to Vast Air. I guess if that's not your thing, then this might not matter. You're not going to have any idea what I'm talking about. Back in October of last year, it was mentioned that, Vast Air is going to be coming back. It's been on hiatus for a while now. But Ostinato left the comic. And very recently mentioned that they left Deacon Reconstruction as a whole.
Yeah. To
work on Disenfranchised. And, but Vast Air is coming back. Vast Air finally came back. There's been a new update on 3/22/2026. So we're here. We're back. And they're doing something very, very bold. They're putting out updates, 2 updates ahead, if you're subscribed to a certain tier on their Patreon. Which, I don't know about you, I'm very surprised. I know there's a lot of, like, traditional webcomics that do that kind of thing. But it's not something you really see with Homestuck fan works.
Yeah.
Or with Homestuck-related projects.
It's interesting, but I feel like if any project could do it, it's Vast Air.
Yeah, I think, if out of any Homestuck fan-related work, I think Deacon Reconstruction has always had the I don't know how to say it, the most well-oiled Patreon page.
Yeah.
I remember I used to listen to the Static, which was their patron-only podcast. I absolutely loved that. If they could bring that back in some form, that would be amazing. They're gonna have new merch. I believe it's already on FRAF. They also put out Sound Test 2. And Vast Air also has new team members. Let me get these names here. Devo, Polukina, Cult Zero, or maybe I should say Hauser? I don't know. And then also TK, also known as Fresh Session, which was back when I was first getting really into Vast Air. I remember that TK was like a huge fan artist in the Vast Air scene. So it's nice to see TK get put onto the full team.
Hell yeah.
And I think that's all our talking points.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Vast Air, for coming back.
Yeah, congrats on being back, guys.
Before we go to the outro, do you have any non-Homestuck related thing that you want to recommend, or that, I don't know, any personal anecdotes, a recommendation, anything?
Oh boy.
I meant to do that at the end of episodes 1 and 2, and it slipped my mind. But now that I've listened to the edit of episode 1, I can't let myself forget it anymore.
Non-Homestuck recommendations? Oh boy, I don't.
It can be Homestuck related, but just something you've been into lately.
I can't mention the one thing that I've been hyperfixating on lately. I can't do that in good conscience.
What is that? What the fuck does that mean? Can you post what you're talking about in voice text or something?
I'll say it out loud. I've been hyperfixating on League of Legends lore, and I can't give.
Ooh, this is the last issue of Computer Entertainer, I'm sad to say. Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah.
No, I don't care. That's fine.
Listen,
I don't care. That's fine.
Listen, I don't recommend that anyone ever play League of Legends, but their lore is actually really good, and it's unfortunate.
I will have to take your word for it.
Yeah.
I guess my recommendation is to play a cool indie game. Back in December, Unbeatable came out. I gave them money in 2022 on Kickstarter, and now the game's out. That was just a beautiful game to play through.
Yeah.
And more recently, Rubato, which is a funny frog game that I don't even really know how to describe. It's some bullshit in the best way possible. Rubato is just some bullshit. It's a 2D collectathon platformer where you play as a frog, and it's the funniest game I've played this year by a wide margin. I might have to call it early. I might have to call Rubato as the funniest game of 2026. But that's all I got. If you liked this episode, or you just want to hear the actual episodes of Open House, You can follow us on Blue Sky or YouTube or wherever the hell you're listening to this in the podcast world. This episode was edited by Daria Cascado. Intro music Just Do Better by Media Null. Outro music Pangea Protoplasm by Ash Taylor. I'm Tempest2K.
And I'm Melanie D. Archer.
And thank you for listening to your occasional Homestuck news update.
Dare you're a
Biscuit.
Ooh.